you ready for your day? People, time to wake up and talk some football. Let's flippin' go. What's happening, Dr. Delay?
Good morning, everyone. I was laid up with the committee. We were talking about the Raiders. We were talking about how it's been a while since the Raiders have had
Wait,
really good
hold
quarterback.
on, hold on, hold
I'm
on, hold
not
on.
even
You,
not even
you were
talking
up.
about Derek Carr. What you got?
You were up late talking about the Raiders.
Yeah, we were talking about a lot of
The
things.
committee's talking about the Raiders.
We love football, Rhino. I don't know if you like football, but football fans love
Wait a
talking
sec.
about
I
the
see where this is
Raiders.
heading, and I don't like it. I don't like
Do
it.
ya? I don't think you
Okay.
do. I
Okay.
don't think you have a problem with it. We didn't bring up how the Raiders may pull an upset off the Colts. No, we weren't
Stop that
talking
right
about
now.
that. We were talking about how we kind of miss the Raiders not having a good quarterback. We were just remembering the Rich Gannon days and how it's pretty much been since then, since the Raiders have had a quality quarterback. That was pretty much what we were just talking about. Man, the Raiders were so good. What happened? It's
Yeah.
just been a disaster for 20 years.
Yeah. Wow. When was that? Was that 2002 when they went to the Super
Yeah,
Bowl?
2002. And then pretty much since then, it's been downhill. I don't want to hear any Derek Carr nonsense. He was not good. He was not good. He was never was.
I actually liked that Rich Gannon actually turned into something for a few years, and that was nice to see. But
Oh yeah,
it was
he was really
short
good.
lived. But
Yeah, kind of a late bloomer. If anyone's watching here that has never seen Rich Gannon, I tell you what, it's a treat. So definitely look up some old footage of him with the Raiders, and that guy was pretty good. Yeah, I kind of definitely respect him. He's a great quarterback. I would say underrated quarterback of the early 2000s. I wouldn't say great, but
yeah, that
he
that
was great
Super
for a
Bowl.
short period.
Yeah, that Super Bowl. Like, I wasn't interested in either of those teams, but I actually was pulling for Gannon and the Raiders
Yeah,
that
well,
year.
don't look up the Super Bowl, folks. Don't look
Yeah,
up the Super Bowl
that.
when you're trying to see good footage of Rich Gannon. But
But
yeah, no, he was definitely something. It was a treat, definitely a treat.
Indeed, indeed. All right, people. On to the mission of the day. We're going to talk about some main things heading into this weekend that stand out to me and us. The first big news and notes is that Flacco, old man Flacco, is going to be back working at the grocery store down the street because Dylan Gabriel's taking over tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Sunday morning. I know what day it is. I'm awake. It's okay. Dylan Gabriel taking over against the Vikings out there in London. I mean, Flacco's probably going to be sleeping the whole time anyway because such a long flight. But Gabriel starting. That's the first mission. This seems pretty good, and I like the look for the Browns. I like them going a little bit younger. They got Judkins. They got Fannin at tight end. I think this move could have happened a week earlier, but I think it's a good time. It's good to start now, and let's see what they got because of Gillian, Dylan Gabriel. This could be a rough morning. Apparently,
Yeah.
this. I guess I am super tired. Because we get to see what we have out of Gabriel, and then maybe we'll get to Shador Sanders. But I don't even want to talk about that guy right now. I don't know if you guys saw that video from yesterday where he's.
Yeah, he's in. I'm not a fan. I don't think I ever will be. And believe it or not, I don't know if you know this, but so Flacco actually is not going to be at the grocery store. He's actually quarterback too. So if Gabriel goes down, they're not going to go to Sanders. Apparently, they're going to go back to Flacco. So
If he's
again,
awake.
anyone, I don't really think there's many of our subscribers that are going to be like, oh no, Sanders needs to be playing. I think we have pretty good subscribers, to be honest with you. Pretty
Smart people.
smart and wise. Yes. So yeah, no,
Except that
Sanders
committee.
committee's pretty darn good. Probably better than the subscribers. The only people I'll put above the subscribers, the committee. But yeah, no. Flacco could be finding himself back in the game because again, no, Sanders is terrible. So there you go. Not from me. It's from Stefanski himself. I mean, he didn't say that, but I'm just saying he's telling you at the depth chart.
But so you think if Dylan Gabriel plays really bad, they're going to throw out Flacco, or just if he gets injured?
Well, I mean, I think it's just like during the game. I mean, I think we will. If Gabriel doesn't play well, then yeah, I think Sanders will come in. But if it's during the game, like let's say this week, Gabriel gets hurt, Flacco is going to be the one that comes in. They won't give it to
Oof.
Sanders.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess he needs a lot more time to get ready, football wise and maturity wise. But that is number one that I've seen. I'll go to this tonight's game. Purdy and Pearsall is out. That I just saw. So that's pretty huge for the Niners against the Rams. That's actually
Yeah.
really bad news.
It's definitely Niners just have been beat up. But you know what is actually somewhat pretty neat to see is that McCaffrey, despite the tendonitis or whatnot, he's still playing well. I'm very surprised to see that. Stayed away from all my fantasy leagues, but
Whenever he's healthy, he dominates. So
Mac Jones is undefeated as a starter. There is that. Not going to say that's anything, but
that's not much. But he did look good when he's been playing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Completely agree. And maybe that's what the Niners need. They need a guy that's not going to turn the ball over. Purdy turned the ball over quite a bit.
But Mac Jones is the 14th ranked QBR at 62.4. Excuse me, and Purdy is 70.2 at number 6. So Purdy is the better quarterback, even though Mac Jones has been playing really well. So it is going to take a dip against that Rams
QBR. QBR, PFF. They're pretty much.
It is
terrible.
The real deal. I'm telling you, you're going to see. The
top
quarterbacks, the better teams have the better QBR, and the teams at the bottom have the worst QBR. Because look, I'll tell you real quick. The bottom QBR, 33, Cam Ward. 32, Flacco. 31, Wilson. What happened to Flacco? Bench. Wilson, bench. Cam Ward, we'll see. And then Jaden Daniels hasn't been playing this well this year, as you can see. So he's number 30. Carson Wentz, 29. Tua, 28. Bryce Young, 27. Jake Brown, 26. These guys are not playing well. Oh, Geno Smith, 25. There you go. Like, these guys are on the bottom. Kyler Murray, 24. I won't say number
Who's
23.
Who's 23?
I don't want to make you mad.
A guy that has a 68 completion percentage, a guy that has 8 touchdowns, only 3 picks, and 2 of those picks were receiver issues. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, that's why I have. It's funny that the guy that is always hated on by the media, who's playing well, has a low QBR. Oh, I wonder why I don't like QBR. It's because
you
it's
know
stupid.
what it is. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, right, exactly. If we don't know what it is, why do we like it? Can we not question things? That is ridiculous. That we're just blindly accepting the stat that some bum at ESPN is just, I think this guy graded out to a 40. So how do they determine season QBR? Do they just average the QBRs? That doesn't make any sense because one game might have different pass attempts than this game. So how do they compile?
I'm sure they don't go by game. They compile it all together.
They compile this 40, 40, and then this 60. But again, they had different pass attempts. So let me just go ahead and put like a 53 for these 2 games, and let me go ahead and add this one in there. He had a 37, so 37, 53. I guess heavy weighted. I guess we'll go 48 now for his week 4. Is that what they do? That's pretty much what they do.
That sounds like the committee, not people compiling data.
QBR. Data for, again, someone's made up data. That's pretty much what it is.
All right, so why we don't know what they're doing is because when we watch the game, people, all right, we see the line and the quarterback. We don't see the plays developing downfield. And if we had access, which I want to know if we can find a way to get access to see the field and not just the games. I want to see those other camera angles to see what the wide receivers and tight ends are doing, how the coverage is, to get a better look at how they're compiling this, because that's why we can't know. We only see what they show us, and you'll see him complete this pass. You'll see him make that throw, and it looks good, but maybe it's not good, because Aaron Rodgers, he'll just dump it down on a quick little pass over the middle, while he maybe should have went and hit the other receiver.
He would have seen Ben Skoranek coming through. Scotty Miller.
That's what we don't know.
And then
that's what we need to see.
Roman Wilson, yes. The Steelers have all these studs at receiver. That's right. I forgot. They're always breaking free deep down the field.
Apparently, he's got to hit a better receiver.
No, apparently, there's no apparently. I'm telling you, QBR.
You don't know. You don't see it.
No. You don't know. Happening. That's exactly. So if we don't know, then why do we listen to it?
Because they know they have that footage. They're watching those
no,
games.
No.
That's what
By
they're
the way,
doing.
We do actually have access to that footage. It's all the all 22. But I'm telling you,
What is it? What is it?
The all 22. That is something that is actually available on NFL Plus.
All 22.
I don't have. Yeah, the all 22.
And they have the footage where you can see everything.
It gives you pretty much like the coach's film. It's pretty neat.
This is
not
not NFL. That's exactly what I want to see. Because I'm sure
QBR,
I could prove it to you.
Stat, PFF, pretty much the same thing. Horrible. PFF's worse than QBR.
We got to watch this all 22. Now we're going to get better and better with this all 22 stuff.
Yeah, you'll see Rodgers under duress and having to check it down.
And not making the right decision.
He could have just thrown it 40 yards down the field.
No.
He doesn't make the right
decision. So
decision.
people that don't play the game, I haven't played the game, obviously, but that's just interesting. A guy that has won 4 MVPs doesn't know what he's making the wrong decisions. Is that what I'm hearing? A guy that's won 4 MVPs he doesn't know he's not making the right decisions. Is that what I'm hearing here? Okay.
Well, what's going on with Flacco and Russell Wilson? Why are they doing it? They're just older. They can't do it anymore. They don't do it.
I'm not defending those guys. Flacco was
mid. The game evolves all the time.
Russell has had
it's evolving. They're not evolving.
Those guys
don't evolve. You're dead. You're a dinosaur. The game's changing.
No. Rodgers is still good, and I refuse now. You can just
you're just refusing because you're refusing. It's time to watch all 22. The homework is,
I guess,
to find which game had the lowest QBR. Watch the game and see why he's
apparently all of them. I mean, you can have 102 passer rating. So you can still look good.
Will open your eyes.
He had 4 touchdowns in week 1. Apparently, he should have had 8, and his QBR was still terrible after week 1. I remember us discussing this.
Well, so then we got to watch. We got to watch week 1.
Apparently, he should have had 8 touchdowns, which is
we got to watch week 1, and we'll see what happens. Then we can come to you guys with a better answer. That's what we'll do.
I have the better answer, folks. Don't worry.
You can't make that without the data first, man. You got to watch the whole thing and get the whole full picture. You only have half the picture. It's like a girlfriend and the boyfriend. You only hear the girlfriend's side, so you think the boyfriend's such a terrible person, and you don't know the other side until you hear the other side. You need to see the other side.
I already know the other side. And the other side is the Steelers receivers are terrible. And, he's not going to force throws. He's never really done that in his career, and yet he's still been graded highly. But now, again, I believe he's being treated unfairly because people have that bias against him. So they're going to grade him poorly. PFF actually has him below J.J. McCarthy. It's ridiculous. It's horrible. I mean, again, I don't think Rodgers cares. He's 3-1, has great stats, which is, I do buy that he's going to protect his statistics. But no, he's playing well. Rodgers is playing great. I think we got to give credit where credit is due. And I'm very happy, of course, about that. But no, he's 3-1. He's looking good. The O-line is terrible. The receivers aren't getting open, and yet he's still making it work. And that is much better than a 45. The league average is 50. The average quarterback play is 50. He's much better than the league average. And I stand on that. I will defend that. And, I'm not going to, of course, die for anything.
This might just show the trend that the Steelers might go and lose more games because if that QBR is that low, that's not going to help the team win the games. They won games despite of Aaron Rodgers instead of because of Aaron Rodgers. With that defense, that's playing amazingly.
No, I disagree. Well. You put an average quarterback in there, the Steelers are 1-3. I mean, he's doing great. Rodgers is making the throws he needs to make, that he has to make. He's great. And I cannot buy that. That is bad.
I watched one full game with the last week of him, and he did not make any throws. He made all short throws. He did not.
I understand.
Ball. So that's what it is. He's just throwing short passes.
Well, I mean, I don't know what else you want to see. I mean, there's really, again, he's doing what he needs to do to win.
You have to. You can't just throw short passes. You have to throw intermediate.
I understand that,
deep
but
ball.
I mean, they're playing. I mean, they're watching for DK. They don't really. The only guy that can, I mean, I guess Calvin as well, but I mean, they've proven to be kind of, they have the dropsy. So again, Rodgers is taking what he needs to do to win. I don't know what the problem is. I mean, Brady did that a lot. Brady would
making the throws.
Brady would just himself throw 3 or 4 deep balls a game. That's it. and then he would try to get the PI penalty. But I mean, he was just pretty much, oh, there's Welker over the middle, 5 yards. Edelman, Amendola. That's what he would do. He would just keep everything short. And again, I just, and that's because he didn't really have the talent outside. I mean, he was taking these guys that were route specialists, throwing it pretty much checkdowns in a way, slants and outs. I have no problem with what Rodgers is doing. He's doing a great job slicing and dicing, and they're winning.
And Tomlin's going to take his team to another 9-8 season, and there we go.
I agree with that.
But all right, so we're apparently turning into a Steelers show today, and Aaron Rodgers show.
Just QBR's bad. That is the main thing.
We
QBR,
struck a chord
terrible
with Dr. Delay, but hey, it seems like we all have our bias, but luckily I don't have any bias, and then that's why our next topic we're going to talk about is Xavier Howard on the Colts.
Oh my gosh.
So no bias whatsoever. So the next thing I want to talk about is my Colts. That he just abruptly retired, and the Colts put him on the reserve retired list. I say good. That guy was just running around completely lost in the secondary. He looked horrible, and apparently he stepped away. I would have said, drop this guy. He's so bad. So I don't know if they're doing that to have the guy save face, and family is more important. That's what he's saying. I don't know. We don't know the story. I think the Colts are doing him some justice, I guess, and looking like a nice franchise. Maybe it's Carly looking nice. Maybe Jim would have just been like, axe this stupid idiot, because he's the worst. He was horrible. It was every time I see Puka make a catch, I see Howard like 27 steps behind, like a kid in elementary school, chasing after somebody. So it was horrible. He's horrible. He's gone. Who's going to step up? I don't even know. I'm looking. Kenny Moore is out for the Colts. It's a mess in the secondary. I got to go and take a deeper dive. I'm like, it's bad. They're down cornerbacks like crazy. So luckily we're playing against Geno Smith. But that's the update about the Colts. So that's a quicker recap than all that Steelers talk, people. And but now I know how to get to Dr. Delay. I just got to say QBR. He's like,
QBR, and PFF. Horrible, biased statistics.
Unbiased.
Biased.
Ridiculous. Any words on Howard? But he was just bad.
I don't really have much. I haven't really been keeping. I forgot he was playing, to be honest with you.
Good. I'm going to forget that he's been playing because he's not going to be playing. So, yeah, you didn't miss anything at all except the other team just running circles around this poor little fella. Oh, my God. Every time someone scores a touchdown, you see Howard in the picture. I'm like, get off the screen. Don't be on the screen with them if you made it to the screen. Ridiculous. Yeah. All right, quarterback spotlight. Let's hear yours first.
So I have three quarterbacks that have just been not so great. So I'm kind of
apart from Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers is not worthy of the list because these are bad quarterbacks. So yeah. Anyway, when we're
talking about him again.
No, Rodgers again is good. He has a bye week this week, so he doesn't need to play well again for this week. He can take a chill pill. All right, it's Geno Smith. He is leading the league in interceptions, 7 picks. I really got to go ahead and just let him know that, hey, what are you doing? I mean, again, they brought you in from Seattle. It's time to get it going. Obviously, I mean, the Raiders, we were kind of talking about them earlier, just haven't been great for about 20 years. So they're thinking, okay, Geno can finally bring some stability. Well, in fact, he's done the opposite. 7 picks. That is as unstable as you can be through 4 games. And, of course, you have a really big test in Indianapolis this week. You can kind of dampen the noise. Not saying you will, but you can dampen it if you are able to go into Indy and, of course, get the win. I'm not just saying, hey, you threw 3 touchdowns and no picks in a 27-24 loss. No, you got to flat out win that game. You got dropped to 1-4. The Raiders are done 2-3. Okay, there's a little bit of room. So I'm putting some spotlight on Smith. He has to play better this weekend.
If Geno Smith can't find the holes in that Colts secondary right now, until they find a decent cornerback, I know they picked up Hilton in the nickel to fill in for Kenny Moore, but they got I think it's Jonathan Edwards that might be stepping up for for Howard. But if he can't find the open spots, then Geno Smith is done. Like, he should be able to have a little bit of success. Maybe not throw 3 interceptions, maybe only 2. So I mean, he's got to find a way to get Bowers open. So yeah, I hope the Colts gobble him up and he's still Geno Smith throwing 3 interceptions. But if he has a chance to look a little bit better, it's this week against the Colts. All right, so that is that with the Geno Smith. I'll hop to my quarterback spotlight for this week and the next few weeks, if not the rest of the season, is obviously the rookies, Jackson Dart and Dylan Gabriel. I'm going to keep an eye on those young guys. I want to see how they're doing. The youth of the NFL. So we'll see how they do. Keep an eye on Cam Ward, because he is his full name Cameron, or is it just Cam? Because I just keep thinking Cameron, but I think it's Cam.
I think it's Cameron. Yeah.
Is it? And he just goes by Cam? I just see that it might just be Cam. But anyway, yeah, so keep an eye on Dylan Gabriel and Dart, and I don't even want to pay attention to Cam Ward anymore. I've seen that. Until that changes, I don't even need to look at that guy. But I want to see Dart. I want to see Gabriel. A little bit more Gabriel this week than Dart, because the Browns have a good defense, and maybe they can win some games with a new, fresh quarterback.
No, yeah, I completely agree. Again, Gabriel, from what we saw in preseason, just a kind of a facilitator, I'm not trying to compare him to Drew Brees, but, again, just kind of a high completion percentage. This is going to push the ball down the field, which would probably grade Brees pretty low, according to some people. But no, I mean, I think Gabriel, that's exactly what the Browns need. Somebody that's just going to keep the drives moving, let the defense win the game. And, high completion percentage clock is going to run just 3 or 4 yards in a cloud of dust. I think that's what the Browns need, not this Joe Flacco, who, again, is just, like, I don't know. He was like 50%. I don't know. It was not that good. I mean, I don't know if it was 50%, but yeah, just wildly inaccurate and just clearly showing his age. So, yeah, no, I think Gabriel is going to be a plus, and I'm very interested to see him play this Sunday morning, because he has the early game, of course, against the Vikings. So very good there. I know. I think I'm actually very excited to see him play. And if he doesn't play well, then I guess it's back to slack.
He might not. We'll see how that Vikings defense is. But my main game spotlight of quarterbacks for the matchup is the Eagles and the Broncos. Bo Nix versus Jalen Hurts. I want to see what Bo Nix can do against that Eagles defense in secondary, and what Jalen Hurts can do against that top-notch Broncos defense.
Interesting.
So we're going to see what these quarterbacks really have, because the defenses that they're playing are top-notch. So is Hurts going to crumble against the Broncos? Is he going to throw interceptions? Are they going to try to run the ball? Are the Broncos going to stop the run? They're going to force Hurts to pass? I don't know. That's what interests me the most is these two quarterbacks and this matchup. I like it. I want to see how Bo Nix does.
I'm not high on the Broncos. I just haven't been impressed with anything I've really seen from them. So to me, for the game, according to the game spotlight, game of the week, I'm looking at the Buccaneers and the Seahawks, both 3-1 teams. Both have played very well. They're both also wearing throwbacks, which is actually the reason why I'm covering that game, is so I can watch the throwbacks.
Nice.
So yeah, no, both 3-1 again. They might be jostling for playoff position later down the road, so this might be a potential tiebreaker just in case Seattle does win the division. They finish the same record. That would be a thing, because it looks like Tampa Bay is going to be winning that division. But yeah, both really good. Tampa Bay, again, they pretty much have played everyone close, even the teams that they've barely won. Of course, they barely lost last week to the Eagles, coming back, making that one close. And again, Seattle, pretty much since week 2, have looked really good as putting up points and points and points. Now, they did almost lose to Arizona this past Thursday, but again, Arizona, I think they could be better, but I think they're an all right team. But no, that to me is my game of the week would be 3-1 Tampa Bay versus 3-1 Seattle. Both teams, again, I think are much better than maybe the national media would have you believe. So that's where I am in. Anyway, I don't know. 3-1 again. Really good teams there. I think.
mean, you're
Really good
going by
offense.
record and instead of like how they're actually playing. I think.
I mean, no. Again, Denver stinks. I don't know why you would think Denver's good. I understand the Colts beat them, but that doesn't make the Broncos good. I mean, the Broncos didn't look good against the Chargers. I don't know. They weren't good at all.
The defense looked good.
I guess. I mean, they did. But again, Herbert, I feel like was the more of the reason that the Chargers' offense was bad. I mean, again, he was wildly inaccurate. I mean, it wasn't because Surtain was batting down balls every few plays. No, it was because Herbert was just sailing him by 10 yards over the receiver's head. Tampa Bay again, 3-1, really solid. I mean, I hate to bring up record, but again, they are winning. And again, going back to the Broncos, I mean, they who do they beat again? I mean, I can't. I mean, they beat the Bengals with Browning. I guess that's a quality win. And then I can't even remember. I can't even think of the other team that they beat. But no,
the Chargers close. Who's a dominant team? It's not always about wins. It's how you perform against the top teams, and they played well against the Chargers.
No, I guess I don't think they did play. I didn't play well. I don't think they played well.
They played well against the Colts and the Chargers. They just didn't get the wins. They lost 2 games at the end with a field goal. Now, I mean, the great teams win those games, right? But this shows that they're a pretty good team. They could easily be 4-0. That penalty, they could beat the Colts. Yeah. If Herbert doesn't get that crazy touchdown to Keenan Allen on that weird fluke play, then they're 4-0. Like, they could be 4-0.
I don't know.
And then you'd be saying, the Broncos are so amazing. But it came down to two little things.
Again, I just said, to me, the Broncos did not look good in that Chargers game. We both covered it. I just have a different view of how they looked. They didn't look good to me. They had about 5 to 10 minutes of good football. The other 50 was terrible. And, again, I feel like Sean Payton was just giving the Chargers the win as well with his decisions as well. I just don't buy it. No, to me, Tampa Bay, again, they're playing well, almost beating Philly. And then Seattle have, looked very good during this 3-game winning streak. Didn't look that they looked their weakest their previous game against the Cardinals. But no, to me, that is a solid game. That is to me the best game of the week.
So yours is Baker Mayfield versus Baker Mayfield
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Baker Mayfield's ranked 16 on the QBR.
Where
is Sam Darnold? Number 10. Actually, I'll play Baker because Baker doesn't do well in the first half. QBR. He doesn't play well. And then he comes through in the fourth quarter. But Darnold 10 and Baker 16. I don't know if you know this, but Spencer Rattler is also 19, also ahead of Aaron Jones. Anyway, moving on. So, how do you like that one, Dr. Doyle? Just shake your head. Just shake your head. How is Spencer Rattler ahead of Bo Nix, who's at 20, and Aaron Rodgers at 23? Because that's the data. Spencer Rattler's doing the best he can with a crappy team and making the right throws. All right, anyway, on to buy-sell. My buy-sell is Rookie of the Year. Can it be Jackson Dart or Dylan Gabriel Rookie of the Year, even though they're starting later than the Ibuka, the Hampton, and the Genti for Offensive Rookie of the Year?
I mean, they'd have to have a really good year. I mean, I could buy it. I don't know. As of now, I think only one start. Now, Jackson Dart did beat that Chargers team. That's really good, I guess. I mean, they are good, but I mean, they had a bad day. And again, Herbert just inaccurate that day as well, but not to go into that. But no, I think it's doable. I know they didn't start their first 3 games or whatnot, with Dart and Gabriel 4, but no, I think it's doable. I mean, I don't think anyone has really popped off. Maybe Ibuka with Tampa Bay, but nothing else. I mean, Jenny, I guess, had a decent game last week or whatnot.
Decent, 3 touchdowns, bro.
But other than that, I mean, it's been 3 duds. Not really his fault, but yeah, I would say Dart is still in the Rookie of the Year because of the other rookies, not necessarily going too crazy at the moment. So I would say it's a buy, and I can definitely see Dart winning a game. Gabriel, I think he'll probably be losing most of his starts, so I think he'll be eliminated from that conversation. But Dart, if he plays well, looks good, I think he'll be a contender for that. Yeah, I would buy it.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna sell it. I think they missed a few weeks, and it takes quarterbacks a little bit longer to develop, and I don't think they're gonna get to that point where they can overtake the other guys like Ibuka. But I also see Hampton with Harris being injured. He's gonna get the ball way more, and he's gonna get more touchdowns, and the Chargers gonna lean on him. So I think he's gonna get a lot of yards. He might even be top 5 in rushing yards at the end of the year. So watch out for Hampton moving on up. Genti looked better last week. I'm still not sold on that because that was just 1 week. Because he gets, stuffed at the line. I guess no offensive line there by the Raiders. Hopefully the Colts can stop him. But I think with all those guys and Booker just catching touchdowns from Baker, I don't think they have a chance to catch them. I think their stats are going to be too good, too many touchdowns, too many rushing yards or whatever. And I don't think they get there. I don't think they put up enough performance, and I don't think they have the wins either. So they're also judged by their wins as a quarterback. So I don't think he catches them. I'm going to go and I sell that.
Okay. All right. Moving on to my first one, I guess, here. So last night was talking with a lot of Reds fans covering that Reds game, and I saw some of the comments. They were saying, well, our season's over, and, of course, the Bengals and that idiot Zach Taylor. So Zach Taylor, he's going to get fired this year. Buy or sell? What you think?
Buy. Take that however you want. Whichever buy you want on that one. He's gone. He's going to be out the door very soon. Could even be this week if they lose. The team they got smoked by the Broncos last week. It was terrible. They just beat the crap out of them, and the announcers and I, once I heard that on the radio, I was like, wait a minute. When I was watching, I'm like, they're not doing anything, and they quit. The Bengals quit. So unless he can get them back to life and get them playing, when your team quits, the coach has got to be out the door. They weren't doing anything. They weren't trying against the Broncos in that second half, and that's a death warrant for a coach. So he's got
I agree.
a lot of work to do.
I would buy it as well. I mean, ideally, you'd want your backup quarterback to go about 500 if your starter goes out, and I don't think that's happening this year. I know Browning had a decent year 2 years ago, I guess, whenever he took over.
He did.
But it's not. I think that was just a flash of the pan, apparently, because he has regressed or something. I don't know, but yeah,
they got the Lions this week.
The Bengals could be double-digit losses at the end of the year, so they'll be looking at a top 10 pick, possibly getting a new offensive lineman to protect Burrow. I don't know, but yeah, Zach Taylor does not. I don't know. It's just not working. And a lot of people were like, well, it was really Burrow the whole time, and I think this year is going to be the year that kind of solidifies that notion that he was just lucky to have Joe Burrow. So, yeah, I buy as well.
Buy. He is gone very soon. If they get blown out by the Lions, and it's like 50 to 10, that he could be gone this week after back-to-back blowouts with no heart. No heart, no job. See you, Zach. All right. Buy, sell. The Browns win in London against the Vikings.
I don't know. I don't think I'd pick against
Gabriel.
I don't think I'd pick against them. And I think that the first-time quarterback thing would help the Browns. I really do. I think not having much film on Gabriel is going to help, which I feel like the Vikings already kind of know what Gabriel is anyway. But I mean, this is one of the games where I kind of went back and forth on. I guess if I say the pick, so I guess I'll sell because I'm picking the Vikings to win. But I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Browns defense keeps it very much like Gabriel could have the ball with 2 minutes, and we'll get to see if he has what it takes. I think it can be that type of game. But I mean, I am picking the Vikings, so I guess I have to sell by default. But I really think the Browns can win.
I'm with you. I'm going to sell. I think it's going to be a close game. I think we're both on the same track with that. I just think his inexperience with the Vikings defense, they're going to capitalize off of the mistakes, and that's what that defense can do. So I think they're in trouble. I hope they keep it close. I'm covering that game. I don't know if you're covering that game. Are you covering that as well?
Yeah, I'll be doing
Yeah,
that in the
it's
morning.
it's gonna be fun. It's exciting. You don't know what you're gonna get out of Dylan Gabriel. I'm kind of gonna be rooting for him just to hope that he does all right. So that's what's cool watching football with the young quarterbacks. It's like you have hope and dreams and you get to see what they can do, and then they just crumble before your
Yeah,
eyes
yeah,
because it
that's
is the Browns and
usually more
they
so.
can't groom a quarterback. So.
Yeah, they get to add him to that long jersey list in the Cleveland. All right, so my second one. Obviously, we've talked about how young quarterbacks have struggled, and they definitely don't look all that great sometimes. More so than not, Cam Ward's going to get benched during the season. We'll see Will Levis back in action. What you think? Buy or sell?
Well, Will Levis is gone for the year, so he
Oh,
is
that's
not
right.
coming back
No,
this
no Will
year.
Levis. I forgot who it is. I forgot
Yeah,
who the
because
next is.
I have him on a dynasty league. I just dropped him yesterday. I dropped Levis. Because I had lost
Mm,
neighbors, so I had to get somebody else on my team.
I
So
got you. I totally forgot
that's
about that.
fresh
Yeah.
in my head. So Mr. Mayonnaise in his coffee, he's not coming back this year. But I looked it up. It's Brandon Allen. I'm like, who the heck would start for the Titans? Brandon Allen. Um, yeah, that's who would take over if they bench Cam Ward. Well, I didn't think that they would bench Cam Ward because you just let him go through the struggles. But since Bryce Young got benched, but that was what year 2.
You too.
So year 1, do you let him keep playing? I say you let him keep playing, but he could get benched. So I'm a little torn. I'm gonna say they don't do it, and he plays all year long. Now he still won't come close to breaking Peyton Manning's 28 interception, because we're in a new wave of football. It doesn't happen anymore. So that record is like untouchable. Okay,
Yeah,
no one has a
I would
chance
agree.
to throw 28 interceptions. If you're throwing more than like 15 to 18, you're just way gone already. So even for a rookie, you can't be throwing that many interceptions.
Yeah.
So that's Peyton's gonna have that record forever and ever and ever. Cam Ward's gonna try to make it close, but it's not so much he's throwing interceptions. It's just he just throws tons of incompletions. So it's just way off the mark. It's bad. He won't come close. I hope he does, but not gonna happen. I don't think they bench him. I am going to sell.
Yeah, I'm selling as well. I just don't see them benching their number one overall pick in year 1. I think that would send a message that no, Cam Ward's not the guy. Again, you can do it in year 2, I guess, with Young, but
I mean,
I don't know. I think they did that in year 2 because Young's probably not the guy, and I think most people know that. But no, I wouldn't bench Cam. I would keep him going, especially with Brandon Allen being the backup, so not really much of a. If it's Will Levis, you can make the argument, but even again, we kind of know he's not the guy himself. I mean, the mayonnaise was kind of the clue, Tennessee. That's all I'm going to say.
Right on the interview, just say abort.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I would actually, I've actually, said this to my friends, like, hey, why in the world would you take a guy that drinks mayonnaise and I'm just saying, like, that to me is a turnoff. You don't want that to be your face of the franchise. But congratulations, he got like a Hellman's deal out of it. But yeah, no, I'm selling. Cam Ward to me is finishing this season and will play next year. I still think Cam has the potential to do well. I think I don't know. He's just got to show it. You can't just obviously keep struggling, not putting up a single point against Houston. That was pretty bad. So.
I mean, they did toss Levis to the side. I mean, he got injured, and then they had people come in for him. But he was a second-round pick, not the first overall pick.
Yeah,
but
much different.
They knew that he wasn't the answer after a year. So, I guess you just don't have as much of a leash as a second-round pick as opposed to the first overall pick. But all right, so that is our buy and sell. On to tonight's game, Thursday Night Football between the Niners and the Rams. We'll go through our predictions and take on that in the final 19 minutes of our show, getting into the other games as well. You start us off with the Niners-Rams.
Yeah, I got the Rams in tonight's game. I'm trying to find out. I forgot my record already for my pick'em, but I'll look at that.
Oh, you mentioned it Monday.
No, we did. Well, I'll mention it again because I'm leading 44-19 because I'm just that type of guy. I'm so good. Very humble guy. Only 19
41-22.
44-19, man. That's so good. That's so good. Anyway, the Rams. I have the Rams in this one. The Niners, of course, going to their backup, seemingly. That's just, again, their tendency week in and week out just to be injured. But they're 3-1 regardless. Again, it's a divisional game. Wouldn't really surprise me if the Niners do steal this one away from the Rams. But the Rams have looked good. I mean, I was wrong. I really didn't think the Rams would be, at least as of now, in the topper part of the league. I thought they'd be more middle of the pack this year, but now Stafford still shows that, hey, he can sling it, though I still don't really buy Stafford in general, but the Rams are good. Puka, again, awesome. Puka is he's pretty much having like a Cooper Cup 2021 year, here in 2025, where he led like in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. And I think they're going to lead on that tonight against, again, a banged up Niners team. So give me the Rams. Give me the Rams in this one.
Rams are home. Rams is a better team. They both have the same record, 3-1, but the Rams are the way better team. Not only are they the way better team, even if the Niners had Purdy and Pearsall tonight, which they don't. Brock Purdy's the 6th-ranked quarterback, which was awesome, but Stafford is number 8 on the QBR. So, yeah, the Rams win. I don't think it's close. I really don't think it's close. I'm going to say this could possibly be a 3-score game. Probably closer to a 2-score game. Maybe they get a garbage time touchdown. I say the Rams are way better than the Niners. 90% taken by the ESPN people. Everybody else, the people in their chat are going Rams. I'm sure even your committee is going Rams. But I would even pick the Rams in a closer game if those two guys weren't injured, because they're the better team. Offensively, defensively, that pressure from that defensive line with Verse, it's dynamic. Puka, you can't stop him. Stafford, better than you think. You're not big on Stafford, but his throws are so accurate to Puka. That connection's elite. Devontae Adams at the end of his career is pretty good. But yeah, that team is looking great. I think they can beat the Eagles in the playoffs from what I'm seeing, and they have a chance at a Super Bowl run. That's how much I like this team. I like the Rams.
I disagree on the blowout. I think it's a 1-score game. It's divisional, and that's just usually how primetime games go. They usually go with the keeping it
true.
Close. All right, so Sunday morning, the London game, the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Browns. We're both covering this game. I have the Vikings. Again, I think that's a game that also will be close. Gabriel making his first career start, but the Vikings, I don't know. I think they're really solid. Of course, they did lose to Pittsburgh, but I think they bounce back and do hold off the Browns. And again, I'm not kidding. The Browns defense is really good. They're ranked number 1 in the NFL as far as total yards. They are like just a team that is underrated. I mean,
those stats are made up.
Team yards is not a made-up stat.
They made it up. It's biased. The referees are giving them an extra yard every play. So
I'm hearing a bunch of nonsense from Colorado right now. But I can say, again, the Browns yards per game, only 222 yards a game. That is actually, that is really good. But so, yeah, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Expect a low-scoring game. I don't promote, obviously, betting. But if you do bet the under. I would do that. And, I think it's like a 17-14 game. I really do. I think the Vikings barely win. Gabriel, again, we'll see how he looks. Very excited for that debut. But give me Carson Wentz and the Vikings.
The Browns 1-3. But they really haven't played anybody. The Packers and the Lions. Come on. Those quarterbacks, come on. They can't do anything. That's impressive. That's impressive. For the Browns. To beat the Packers, to stuff Jordan Love, to what they do against Jared Goff though.
Is
he the one that actually brought up those yardage? Because that would have been a lot lower.
I actually don't know.
So apart from that, this Browns defense is smothering teams, and they're 1-3. That's how bad their offense is with Flacco. So yeah, this is definitely going to be the under. It's going to be a low-scoring game because you got Wentz on the other end, whose QBR is towards the bottom. So the Browns are going to destroy Wentz.
The Lions only had 277 yards against the Browns. That's crazy. 277, and yet they put up. I mean, I'm just, it's just because the offense is so bad. It's because the offense is giving short fields to the Lions. I mean, the Browns are pretty much just, and the same thing again. The Browns outgained the Ravens, and they got blown out 41-17. So just something again. It's pretty impressive what the Browns defense has done. I mean, I'm kind of a little worried next week for my team. But all right. So we both have the Vikings, though? Is that?
Yeah. The Wentz is going to have a bad day. Like, this is going to be a lot of punting, maybe a lot of interceptions. So watch out.
All right. Next up is Las Vegas at Indy. Vegas just not very good. So I'm taking the Colts. I have to take the Colts. I believe it's
the delay.
This is the first time I'm taking the Colts. Keep in mind, these are the Raiders that I'm picking them over. So, I mean, if you want to take the victory, that's great. But, yeah, I'll take the Colts over that minor league team pretty much in Las Vegas. And it should be a blowout. It really should be. But, obviously, I highlighted Smith. He's going to hear this message. He's going to be very inspired. He's going to play the Colts tough.
He's going to be inspired, but sometimes no matter how hard you play, if you're not good, you're not good. It doesn't matter how much heart there is. So no. You got to go with the Colts. It's a slam dunk. I'm sorry that the schedule makers have the Raiders playing the Colts. The Colts just got to beat the teams in front of them. And, this could make them 5-0. But anyway, so yeah, they're only going to be 4-1 after this week. But hey, not only are they going to win this game, hopefully they dominate this game. So that, you have to dominate the bad teams. If they just win this in a close one, then that says something. Because it's not always about wins and losses. It's about how you play. And if it's close, that might be like, let's get a little worried about the Colts team. But they're going to blow them out. Done.
All right, next up is the game of the week, the 1-3 Giants and the 0-4 Saints.
Boo!
Despite only a 1-win difference, I feel like it's going to be a blow. I feel like the Giants are about to blow out the Saints in New Orleans. I don't know. That's just me. I just can't pick the Saints. The Saints are just terrible. Again, they only have
the Saints are home.
The Saints are home. They're marching in and out of the stadium after the Giants whoop them. I mean, it's going to be like 27-3. I just again, the Giants actually not a bad defense. They're all right. They contained the Chargers again. I feel like Herbert just didn't play great again. So I don't know if that's back to. I think it's back-to-back weeks or no. Am I messing up there? But that Herbert's not played that great. I like the Giants in this one. I think the Giants. They're going to be 2-0 with Jackson Dart. That's what they're going to be at the end of the week.
Well, Herbert's still ranked the 12th best QBR. But anyway, I'm going to go with the Giants, even though they don't have neighbors. Dart looks like he can do just enough to win. I'm just worried that it's on the road. And this would be crazy if the Saints win. Because you were saying last week that they might lose all their games. Right? You think the Saints might go 0-17?
It's genuinely a possibility that they're the first 0-17.
If there's a chance for them to win a game, it could be against the Giants at home.
Yeah,
if Dart
I would think,
really doesn't play well, if he throws some interceptions, because Rattler, he's ranked 19 in the QBR, so maybe he can do some decent things against the Giants defense. So we'll see. I'm still taking the Giants.
You're a Spencer Rattler defender. Oh my God!
No, I am not.
You are a Spencer.
No. No.
You're the
data,
Cowboys
the
guy,
data
so you're
shows that.
Bayless.
I'm not defending
You're
I'm
the
just telling you what the
Cowboys
data
guy,
says.
and now you're defending Spencer.
No,
Spencer's 19th. He might be okay, folks.
Data.
He might be able to do something against the Giants because he's an average quarterback. Oh
not my take. Not my take. That is the data suggests that, not me.
Guy in the back rooms of Hartford, Connecticut, or Los Angeles, California, wherever this guy is. I want to have a talk with this guy. All right, next up is going to be the Cowboys and the Jets. Jets also winless, looking for their first win of the year. And I can't believe
going to be back, or is he still going to be lingering with that injury?
Was that CD? I don't know. I haven't seen that he's coming back. So
I
as
think
far
he's
as
still out.
yeah, I think it's going to be George Pickens still wide receiver 1. I do think this is going to be like, I want to say slam dunk Cowboys. I really can't. I really think it's another game that could be close. I think, I don't know. I don't really think Glenn's a good coach. I think we can kind of see that now. But something is telling me about the Jets defense. They might actually clamp down on the Cowboys this week, but I don't think it's going to be enough for the win. So I'm taking the Cowboys to move on and go 2-2-1, or the Jets again 0-5, and could be a one and done year for both Glenn and Fields if this keeps up. I mean, this is pretty bad.
Well, I am going to take the Jets getting their first win of the year against the Cowboys. I'm just kidding, but I just had to set that up. I'm going Cowboys. I just didn't want you to call me Skip Bayless. I don't like to take the Cowboys. I don't want to take the Cowboys, but I agree with you. You're taking the Cowboys. The Cowboys offense actually looks really good, even without Lamb. They put a 40 piece on the Packers. Dak Prescott, impressing. I'm shocked to say, because everybody in my chat, I don't know if you see a lot of there's a lot of Dak Prescott hate. It's hilarious. It's great, and they have this little baby crying thing on there, and for the Cowboys fans. But yeah, I Fields, he is a fantasy quarterback, not an NFL quarterback, and Dak Prescott, he's shockingly playing well, and I got to go with the Cowboys. It's that simple. But I'll have to call Skip and see how he feels.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this part of me is like, yeah, the Jets could pull it off. So I'm going to star some games here that I think could go the other way. Let me go ahead and just do that here real quick.
Yeah.
That way I can say, hey, I told you it could be a close game. But all right. So yeah. Denver and Philly. To me, again, we disagree on this. I think this is a blowout. I actually think it's going to be a 3-score game. I don't.
Wow.
I don't know what there is to like about the Broncos. So anything that you like, I just don't see it. I genuinely believe this could be I think this will be the first blowout of the season. Eagles over the Broncos. They're just not good. They are just genuinely not good. Sorry if you have any students watching this one. Your team stinks. Your team
I'll
stinks.
give them a warning.
So I don't know what else to tell you, but the Broncos are not last year's Broncos, folks. Just because they make the playoffs last year doesn't mean they're going to do that this year and take another step forward. That's not how it works. Eagles, though, again, they are barely squeaking by, but I think this is their first, stomping of a team this year.
Stomping, wow. I got the Eagles as well. I'm going to keep taking the Eagles until they lose. It's just that's what they do. Watching them play, they know how to win. You got to keep riding them until they lose. So that's what I'm going to do all year long. They were the best team coming in. They're winning games, not looking great, and this could even just get worse. They could just start dominating teams. Like, they're lucky to be 4-0 because they squeak by some games, but and they're not playing at their level yet. So once they get to play at their level, they might be just smashing teams. Now, I hope it's not against the Broncos. I kind of want to see the Broncos hang tough, but the weakness of the Broncos is their wide receivers. And that's secondary for the Eagles. They're just going to smother them. So Peyton's going to have to dial up some crazy plays to get it to Mims and some gadget plays to catch this Eagles team off guard, but I don't know if you can do it. So I say the Eagles win, probably by 1 score. Hope it's not a blowout, but I wish I was watching that game.
Oh, that's right. You're covering the Colts and Raiders. All right. Yeah. So next up, so we're kind of pushing it here. So Dolphins and the Panthers. I am picking the Dolphins, though it does scare me because the Dolphins just tend to not be that great away from Miami. But I'm gonna just assume that Carolina 30-0 blowout was a fluke against the Falcons a few weeks ago. So yeah, give me the Dolphins. They looked much better against the Jets. Obviously, they're the Jets of the Jets, but they look to be in control of that game. And I was actually ripping the guy on the broadcast about the block punt. I couldn't.
You love that. You love it.
I could not let it go. I hate stupid players, stupid coaches, stupid plays. And I saw him and I got triggered. But yeah, no, I think the Dolphins will take care of business. I think it's going to be a close game because, again, Miami just seems to struggle away from Miami, but I do think they're going to do enough to get the win over Carolina. I don't think we're going to disagree this week, to be honest with you. I was looking at the picks. I'm like, I don't think we're going to disagree at all. But we'll see.
I'm going Dolphins as well. Your take is spot on with the Panthers game looking like a fluke against those Falcons. So I'm not a believer in the Dolphins. The Panthers could easily win this one. I don't know. Bryce Young could turn it on against that Dolphins defense because the Dolphins defense is not impressive. So if he tosses it around, they could beat him. But I'm leaning towards the Dolphins on the road. Yeah. Can you imagine the Dolphins going 2-3? They're not that good.
I can. Well, I had them higher ranked than most, I think, entering the year. So maybe it's just the law of averages coming back to save me yet again, as always. All right, the Texans 1-3 at Baltimore. This may be disagreement. I don't really know how you think here, but I'm going to assume Lamar's not playing, and I'm going to go ahead and pick the Texans to beat Cooper Rush and those mighty Ravens. Ravens 1-4. Wouldn't that be interesting? Again, the Texans coming off a 26-0 victory over the Titans. Defense looked all right. Pretty good, I would say. Again, shutting out an NFL team. I know it's Cam Ward, but that's still pretty impressive. And the Ravens they are terrible without Lamar Jackson. They were struggling with him, obviously not offensively, more defensively. But without Lamar, that might be the end of it. And now I think teams are just going to kind of focus in on Derrick Henry. So, like, okay, let's load the box and kind of make them one-dimensional or try to force Cooper to throw, which that is not a good idea, folks. If you're a Cooper Rush, Ravens fan, whatever, sorry. But,
is Lamar questionable or they ruling
I saw that he was doubtful, but I could be wrong.
He's doubtful, not questionable.
I saw he was – I mean,
I can check. So you checked it up. With Lamar Jackson playing, it's going to be a smashing. They destroy the Texans with at home. If he's not playing, I'm going to have to wait to see. It's like a game-time decision. It'll be a close game. I still think the Ravens will probably win this game with Rush, with the running game. The Texans team can't do anything. The one thing I'm worried about is C.J. Stroud. He can't pass the ball, but that Ravens defense is bad. But the Texans are not good. Like, the Ravens showed a lot more signs of life than the Texans. The Texans' only life that they showed against the terrible Titans. So,
yeah,
I think the Ravens are the better team overall, and even Rush. But what does it say? Doubtful?
Yeah, he's doubtful. I mean, you would be like, okay, well, that's Derrick Henry's going to pop off, but I would just assume that the Texans would just, again, that's what they would focus on, and I just can't. I mean, he could pop off for 200 yards. Yeah, this is the Derrick Henry game, but I could also see the inverse. Again, that's where we're going to just focus in on the run and force Cooper to throw it, and I think that would be a problem.
I'm slightly leaning towards the Ravens, but I guess I'll decide on Sunday officially if I switch to the Texans. But right now, I'm still leaning towards the Ravens.
Okay, right, that's fair. All right, let's see here. The Titans at the Cardinals. Cardinals, again, start off 2-0. Now they're lost 2 in a row. But the Titans start off 0-4. And, of course, they're 0-4. Give me the Cardinals over the Titans. Cardinals, again, just, I don't know. There's something about them that really bothers me. But they are playing the Titans, which seems to be a layup. Another team that could go 0-17. I don't know if the Saints and Titans play each other, but they don't. Genuinely could see both 2 0-17 teams in the NFL this year. Very impressive stuff. Parity league is what the NFL goes for. That's not the reality. Yeah, give me the Cardinals. They're going to 3-2.
I got the Cardinals as well. They haven't been as impressive as I thought they would be, but the Titans are awful. They're the bottom of the barrel. They're right there with the Saints at the bottom. So just like you keep picking the Eagles to win, you got to keep picking the Saints and the Titans to lose. Pick them to lose until they prove otherwise. Next, we're in overtime.
Yeah, my game of the week. It is awesome, folks. I don't care what the guy in Colorado says. Tampa Bay 3-1 throwback jerseys versus Seattle 3-1 throwback jerseys. Watch the game, guys, if you can. It's going to be a treat. Blast from the past. But the blast of the past feature the Seahawks over the Buccaneers. I really love Baker. I really do. But I'm going to go pretty much it's one of those games, whoever the home team is, they have to go across the country. So I'm going to take Seattle in the 12th man over Tampa Bay. Seattle's looking really good, folks. They really are. So watch out for Seattle. I was wrong on them. I really had them as a bottom 5 team entering the year, I believe. I could be wrong, but yeah, bottom 10 for sure. But they look very, very good. Kenneth Walker is a beast. I don't know if you guys have really get to see him play, but Kenneth Walker is the guy. But yeah, give me Seattle over Tampa.
Yeah, Seattle's looking way better. I had them ranked towards the bottom as well. They are home. Tampa has to travel. That's going to hurt them. I still believe in Baker in the second half. If he has a better first half, they should be able to take down the Seahawks. I think the Buccaneers, I think Evans is supposed to be back. I got to double check that. I'm hoping he's back. But if he's not, then I could change it. But I'm going Buccaneers. I like this team. They only lost to the Eagles, so I think they're the better team than the Seahawks, even though they're on the road. So I'm leaning towards Tampa Bay. I just got to check their wide receiver crew with the injuries because they've been banged up. So I got to make sure they can pass the ball. And I still think I think the Seahawks are playing above their pay grade, and it should drop down.
All right, Detroit at Cincinnati. I'm sure this was what the schedule makers wanted. Joe Burrow to be injured for a 425 kickoff. But yeah, give me the Lions. I mean, I don't see how the Bengals win this game. The Bengals just look, again, completely terrible. Like, they look horrible without Burrow. Yeah, this could be a blowout. Another blowout alert.
It's a blowout indeed, and this could be the Zach Taylor firing, like I was saying before. Goff and the Lions are firing on all cylinders. Watch out. This Taylor has been having nightmares all week, and this is done. They are done. It's over. I don't even need to talk about it. Goff and the Lions. Slam dunk.
All right, next up, Washington, the Commies and the Redskins taking on the Chargers. I'm only taking the Chargers because I'm still unsure about the Commies, the Redskins, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much to offer about this. Again, I don't really think Herbert's been playing that great. To me, he has not. And but I do think they are the better team. They are coming off a loss in New York, so I'm assuming they're going to want to bounce back, and that's usually how Jim Harbaugh approach things. Definitely want to bounce back and be physical, and I think they will take care of the Commies. I think they will.
They bounced back hard. I can't believe they lost to the Giants. That is a shocker. They're going to get back in motion with that team, that defense, dominate the Commanders. I don't think Daniels is back, but if he is, he's not playing well anyway. So whatever quarterback you have out there, the Chargers gobble him up. Hampton, pow, probably going to get 2 touchdowns on the ground. Herbert's going to get another 2 in the air. I say they dominate the Commanders.
All right, Sunday night game, the Patriots at the Bills. And believe it or not, Jake May actually has better stats than Josh Allen. I don't know if you guys knew that, but that's very interesting. That's not going to delude me, though, and not pick the Bills. The Bills, again, a team that, could definitely go to the postseason 15-2, 16-1. They just look very good. And I expect that to continue. Kind of to see, this will be interesting, just a side note here, how far the Patriots really are from being contenders. If they play this close, then hey, maybe they're ahead of schedule and they might be a lot closer than most people think. If they get blown out, well, okay, I think it's still next year. That's where I kind of had them. Next year, I think they would be making that playoff push. But this year, again, they're 2-2. I mean, still technically in the thick of it. I know it's early, but
yeah,
definitely going to be looking forward to see how that goes for the Patriots.
Shockingly, Drake May, out of all those young quarterbacks, playing the best out of all of them. And he's the 11th ranked QBR, so it's very impressive. He's above average and doing the right things, looking pretty good, even coming through fantasy-wise as well. But you were saying that he has better stats than Josh Allen, but Josh Allen's the second best QBR. That guy does it all and does the right thing. He knows what he's doing. He's not getting worse with age and getting way up there, making the wrong decisions and the checkdowns and the dump offs. But even without the best offensive line and without the best wide receivers, Josh Allen is doing the great things as a one-time MVP. And he's probably going to get a second this year, which will only be half as much as Rodgers, but he's playing light years ahead of him. So give me the Bills.
All right, and the final game, the Monday night game, the Chiefs at Jacksonville, taking on, of course, the Jaguars.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Dr. DeLay.
Give me
Who
the
you
Chiefs.
got?
Give me the Chiefs.
Wrong.
Really want to pick the Jaguars. Would love to see the Jaguars. They're my pick to win the AFC South, but I just can't pick against Jacksonville. So give me the Chiefs. And that's sad because,
Yes. The doctor has made his opinion. He's went and signed his little prescription sheet for you. He's saying AFC South champions Jacksonville Jaguars, but he just told you otherwise. He said the Jaguars are losing this week, the Colts are winning, and now they're going to separate from each other. The Colts going to move on up. So he's telling you the Colts are taking a 1-game advantage over the Jaguars. So he's picking against the Jaguars at home.
That is true.
Because the Jaguars have a rough 4-game stretch. They're at home.
I forgot the season ended in week 5.
They have 3 more games. I'm talking about the next 3. The next 3.
We champion beating the Raiders now. Oh man,
we didn't beat them yet.
That's how you know the Colts fans are just starving for a good season. We're gonna beat the 1-3 Raiders. Oh, the AFC.
The Jaguars lost to the Bengals. They lost to the Bengals. The Bengals.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
The Colts
Chiefs win on the road
Dolphins.
because they're better than the Jaguars.
That's interesting.
The Jaguars and the Niners, they're just so overrated as a 3-1 team. They don't look good. They're not that great. They have the wins. That's the only stat they have. The rest of them, it's like, blah. It's just like, look at this pile of garbage. ETN, one of the best running backs in the league so far. That's not going to continue. This guy didn't have he's having a career year. It's not going to stay that way. Trevor Lawrence is going to have to throw the ball to win games, and he hasn't shown that he can do that.
He's struggling very much.
Patty Mahomes versus Trevor Lawrence. You have to go Patty all day and 7 times on Sunday. So, and he's back. 4 touchdowns. He's back, baby. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see Patty Mahomes back in the AFC. Of course, I'm sure you don't want to see it as a Steelers fan. We don't need that extra competition because we've been dealing with this for the last 20 years of the quarterback competition with all the great quarterbacks being in the AFC, pretty much. But, man, even the best team in the league, the Eagles, they have Hurts. Like, he's not this super amazing quarterback. He's good, but he's not like these other guys in the AFC. So, we don't want to see it, but the Chiefs win. They take down the Jaguars, and I have to root for the Chiefs. So, that's the way it is.
That's fair.
Close it down, Delay.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great rest of your Thursday. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you're a guest, appreciate you guys listening in. This is what we do Monday and Thursday. Of course, if you love sports, definitely subscribe to our channels. Do it right now. This is what we do. We call games. We talk about football and baseball. Well, football. Baseball's me. Football is us. That's
all right. Don't be a social media superstar. Get off the couch and actually do something. That's how you change the world.